This game is rated T for ages 13 and up. For more information, please go to esrb.org. Hello everyone, Gunvolt here, but you can call me KV. And welcome to a new Let's Play by Inti Creates. It's time to finally play Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X. This game was actually released in 2019. In Japan it was called Shiroki Kotetsu The Out of Gunvolts. Just the Out of Gunvolt. Just it's here. He's here. The Out of the Gunvolt. That guy. This was actually released in 2019. If I didn't say that already, sorry about that. First episode jitters. It's been a while since a new Let's Play has been recorded by me. But this was basically kind of a side game, like it's hard to say a side game because it still plays very similar to some of the stuff in Gunvolt 2. But it's this game that stars everyone's favorites, vigilante jerkface Copen. Yay! And to be quite honest, I actually have played this game before. I was intentionally going to do this blind once upon a time, but previous things and then other stuff kind of got in the way, and then at one point I just went, hey, what if I just played this on my own time? And I did, and honestly, it's a very good game. So, we're going to finally go into the next part of the Gunvolt saga, or maybe not, because this game is weird. Not so much in terms of the game is great, but if you're following the Gunvolt story, this game you can, as far as I know, you can ignore, because it is not canonical to the original Gunvolts. Supposedly. Don't worry about it. Now, we have our title screen here, and we can have the game manual, a demonstration, which is just like, a game demo that shows the game playing itself, start game, and language. I don't know why demonstration is here. I guess you really wanted to see that demonstration. But hey, we're going to start game. Now, I have played this game before, but I'm playing on a fresh profile on my Nintendo Switch, so we don't see any data, so we don't get any spoilers. So let us begin. We'll pick number 2. And as with Gunvolt 2, there's a lot of Japanese narration with English subtitles, so I'm going to talk over the Japanese talking. Sorry about that, but the subtitles are there to read. So this is kind of giving a recap of, this takes place in the world of Gunvolt, it's just not the same timeline as Gunvolt, maybe? I don't know. But basically, if you're not familiar, there are people with superpowers called adepts, as the narrator said, and they're kind of cool, but they're also kind of not cool. Okay, so Minos is, I think, what they want to say, but the dialogue sounded like he said minors, which is not sure how I feel about that. But, so we're kind of in this weird other place where now, in the first 2 Gunvolt games, people with the Septima powers, like, they were powerful, and there was organizations that kind of controlled all of them. That group right there. Septimas are still considered, like, fairly rare, but in this game, apparently regular humans are the rarity. I mean, that's just smoke. It's fine. I like the back of his thing because it just looks like an evil. It looks like Metal Face. I mean, looks a bit bleak, but you never know. Hopefully. Oh, I just noticed the fire down there now with all the ruin. Oh. My main focus is on the characters, and from where they're standing, all the buildings look fine, but if you follow the smoke into the bottom left-hand corner, you can kind of see, oh, that's not good. Oh, we've got company. Sumeragi's never been good, so they're probably no good Sumeragi folks. Ah, so yeah. So then if you do have one of the superpowers, basically the, at this point, de facto government, I guess, is like, hey, no, we control that. And one thing to notice right now is that the female voice talking refers to our main character as Akira. That is his actual Japanese name. A lot of the Gunvolt characters, at least in the first game, were, I don't think intentionally, maybe intentionally, they're based on car brands. One of them I know was named Daytona in the Japanese version of Gunvolt 1. That name got changed, and Akira's name, you can kind of fill in the blanks there for that, but they changed the name to Copen in the Western release. It is a bit of a dissonance there because we're listening and hearing the Japanese name, but also reading the English name, but treat it like JoJo, where, you know, they will definitely say the actual stand name, but for legal reasons, they can't actually tell you what it's called. Alright, and let's begin. I know, took a little while to get to the game, but let's get going. Who that? I mean, I know who that, but do you know who that? Get all our ducks. Let's get all our ducks. No, I left it at home. And one thing I want to point out is that the music in this game is really, really good. I feel like the Gunvolt games, we overlook a lot of the actual like stage and boss musics because of the J-pop songs in them, but a lot of the actual stage musics that aren't the J-pop stuff are also really good. And I think this is actually probably my favorite soundtrack of the Gunvolt games so far. Overall, like there's stuff I love in Gunvolt 1 and Gunvolt 2 that more than this game, but I think this is the most consistently fun soundtrack of the entire series thus far. Yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, just kind of explain to you how things work. So, as Lola was saying, or her Japanese name is Roro, which sounds close enough to Lola, so fine. And basically, you can wall jump. You can get a bonus thing that I didn't even realize was there. Good job, me. Shoot. You have a dash, you can also aerial dash, but you'll notice that when you do an aerial dash, it takes up one of the things in the bottom left-hand corner. Those are your bullets, spelled with an I, because cool. Now, as long as you're on the ground, they'll recharge over time, but there's an easier way to do it. It's just you double tap the bottom, and boom, got your bullets full. This meter on the upper left-hand corner, we'll explain that a bit later, but first things first. We're going to change up some of the controls because I like my dash being on the R button. Yeah, put on the R button. So I'll EX that for that. That seems good. This is the first Gunvolt game to not be released on a portable device. So, oops. And then I forgot that I changed the controls. So they had to be a bit more creative on how to do something. Okay, I guess I'll switch it back because I'm actually now used to it being on the left. Whoops! Sorry about that. Oh, nope. On that. Alright, it's that now. Because in the Gunvolt 2, when you played as Copen, you would actually have some abilities that you could just tap on the bottom screen. You don't have them in this game. Not that we have many abilities to use right now, but if we did have more, we actually use the back shoulder buttons to switch between them. So, nice at the very least. Kind of more like traditional Mega Man in that way. Now, if we wanted to instead, we could do that. Anytime you dash into someone, you're locking onto them essentially. And when you lock onto them, you have the ability to shoot them, or you can actually attack them with whatever power you have. Right now we have the power of What are we calling this? The Stellar Spark? Yeah, Stellar Spark. We have the Stellar Spark power, so we can use that to surround them and do that, which is nice. All the yellow things are picking up. I think there's also some silver ones, money, and all the little green stuff that we're getting. That is, that's experience that we get to level up. Leveling up doesn't do too much in this game, but it's still helpful to do. You'll notice right now we have very little health. As we level up, we'll get more health. That's basically what it does, at least for me. Now here's a checkpoint marker. When you do a checkpoint marker, you'll notice that the stuff in the upper left-hand corner goes away, the numbers. We'll get into explaining that right now. So, anytime you do an attack, especially if you do one that's kind of stylish, which usually is like an aerial one, you'll get some extra points. These are called Kudos. Kudos basically allow you to kind of be flashy. That's how I describe it. They're very flashy, and I'm trying to get this thing because I'm stubborn. There we go. Those bonus things are worth 500 Kudos, and there's 4 hidden in every single stage, for the most part. Now, if you were to touch a checkpoint marker, your Kudos will go away. They'll get calculated into your main score, but they'll go away. The whole point of having Kudos and keeping them going is that you can get a super high score, but that comes at a cost. There are 3 different modes to play in the game. There is Fearless, which is the hard mode, Gutless, which is the super easy mode, and the middle ground mode, which is what we're playing in right now. In Fearless, you cannot get hit, period. Otherwise, you're going to lose all your Kudos. In Gutless, it doesn't matter if you get hit. And in this particular mode, which I forget the name of, we have 3 tries before we run out of Kudos. Now, we can't do anything with this, but we might be able to later. Yeah, I love Copen's dash. It's really satisfying to play with. Let's see, is there anything up here? Nope. Alright, worth a shot. And when you get 1,000 Kudos or more, something special happens. That's all I'll say on that for right now. Hello there. Now you can also use your EX weapons as just normal attacks. Does count to your Kudos, but you do have a weapon meter. It recharges over time. But honestly, doing the lock-on's a lot better. Especially because you can, well, try to, but you can sometimes lock on to multiple enemies, and hey, look, we leveled up. And that's another thing, I don't want to touch that. Maybe I'll take the risk. Now, the downside to not taking the checkpoint is that if we were to die, we have to start from an earlier checkpoint, which can suck in some regard, but hey. If you want to play it cool, this is what you do. So this is our first boss thingy? See, enough just... Your targeting will eventually go off, so you have to kind of then get rid of it. This guy, like, just fuses, I guess, with the tank. It's weird. Okay, so here we go. When you get to 1,000 Kudos, that's when you get the J-pop song, because Lola has the ability to become the Muse Septima, which basically cheers you on. That's what it does. It cheers you on. It's helpful. Also, Copen's color changes, which I think is really neat. Nice little detail for this particular game. I don't think it did it in Gunvolt 2. So Lola sings us a song, which is great. And so long as we can keep our Kudos meter going and doesn't deplete at any capacity, we'll be fine. Now you'll be noticing, when it was doing some ranged attacks on me, I had this shield that just came up automatically. That's part of the ability we have right now. It's called Pervasion, and so long as we have bullets, most projectiles will go through us. But if we don't have any bullets, then we'll start taking damage, and then it's not fun. Alright, so we have that right there. I don't want to get that yet. I want to get this. So we actually missed one of the 4 bonus things we can get in the stage. I'm not going to worry about them too much because, believe it or not, the bonus things don't matter that much. They supposedly unlock something, but when I was playing this game, whatever it was supposed to unlock, I just got automatically without actually getting all of them, so I don't really know what they're for, but they give you bonus points, and that's cool. So we can then basically trade in our bonus points for a lot of score. We say goodbye to the J-pop song with the Lola, and go back to the regular music. But hey, that wasn't the actual boss. That was just a mini-boss. If this seems like I'm explaining a lot, it is, because I'm basically trying to get you up to speed on how the game works. Basically, if you know how Gunvolt 2 worked with Copen, you'll be familiar with this gameplay style. If you don't worry, I'd say it's pretty easy to pick up. It's basically, think of it as an evolved form of Mega Man X. With better writing and better characters. But, you know, wall jumping, air dashing, you can do that cool dash between walls like I showed you earlier. And I guess in a way, if you think about it, this is kind of what they wanted Mighty Number 9 to be. I know that sounds like, why would you bring that up? But a huge point of that game was that you dash into things. And Copen's gameplay style is that he needs to dash into things to basically do quicker damage. And this works a lot better, comparatively. Anyways, yeah, we're that. Hi, person. Who the heck are you? Yeah, I'm so cool. I don't care what anyone calls me. I want to know it was a movie? It came out a long, long time ago. I don't know how strong a Sumeragi Falcon is, so that's kind of lost on me. Huh? Alright, do your worst. Oh, okay, one slice did 2 builds of damage, which is not great. Okay. Well, there's not much else we can do right now, Lola. Because they also have lightning powers. Get rid of that. That seems bad. Alright. This is going okay. It's going okay. Yeah, see, well, everything's fine. See, we beat him. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. That's probably one of the easiest bosses in Gunvolt history. Oh, well, they weren't playing for realsies, so you know. Who could have seen this coming? Oh no, my electric powers that I borrowed from someone else are not working on this other person who also has electric powers. I thought at first that was like, who threw Samus's morph ball out here? Who dat? Alright, we're coming. We did? Copen's a lone wolf. I don't think he had any allies. Sure, whatever, dude. Okay, I don't know why you have a time limit. You're a weird dude. You're a weird dude there. Alright, at the end of every stage, there's going to be a score. The score is going to be based on the score you got, and on the difficulty you picked. We are incautious, actually, that was it. And our clear time. Because I spent a lot of time explaining stuff, obviously the clear time wasn't the greatest. But hey, our score is pretty good, and we got a B. So you know what? Hey, good for a first stage. We'll continue on with the story right now, before we wrap up today's episode. Just so we know what the heck's going on. Yeah. Where are we? Good point. Oh, it's that person! Yeah, that person! I know them. I don't know them. Okay. Kohaku. And a bunch of kids. The future sucks. Yeah. He has a name, his name's Copen, but what if we just called him Ix? Like Mega Man? Shh, don't let them know. I don't think you need that. Okay, so in case you aren't paying attention, because they're all different voices, but Jin is on the right side, Maria is right next to him, Kohaku, as we just met, is in the middle, and I completely forgot the other kid's name because I wasn't reading the text. Yeah, Maria, don't do that. Oh, he calls them Anaki. Cute. I like that we just got saved from a dangerous, superpowered person, and they're like, let's go outside. Understood. Well, Kohaku literally said that she was the leader, so... yeah, alright. ちょっと変ね。How? Oh, okay. I guess I'm trying to remember what... This game's weird, but it's also like... Oh, from the Undernet! Oh no! This is the future between Mega Man Battle Network and Mega Man Star Force. Confirmed Undernet. Oh, minus. Okay. It's more like minus. Okay. The machine is very flattered. Okay, yeah, whatever, Mr. Emo. Wait, didn't budge an inch. We were dashing around like crazy. Wait, even an adult might... Wait, how old is Copen then? Because I'm pretty sure he was 14 or 15 in Gunvolt 2. How did things... Okay, I get it, it's an alternate story, I guess. I guess this is like a world where Gunvolt didn't exist. How Sumeragi was able to do that so quickly in a world where Gunvolt didn't... Oh, I guess if Gunvolt didn't exist, then that means that Quill didn't really do much, and they probably got destroyed, so that probably makes sense then. Everyone's brave and happy, but, you know, we could die. You know, just... that hits pretty hard after a lot of years of my life, and by a lot of years I mean, at time of this recording is 2021, so I mean the last 2 years of my life. How? You guys are very lucky they haven't discovered this place, if people are just like, let's go outside and play. You saved me. Can I use this as my base? I mean, I guess that does make sense, because that way they kind of have a protector with them, which is good. Nice wheeling and dealing, boss. Oh. I know the Japanese recording is probably fantastic as well, but man, that would have been funny to actually hear someone say that line. That's just... I want to be like, oh man, I love the English text, but I also know the... Not personally, but I know the person who does the English text, and they're just a really cool dude, so I'm like, yep, that checks out. And I mean, it comes from the original Japanese text being great too, so... Yeah, that was a weird... That was probably a weird line to translate, because he literally said his name, but with the kun suffix, and if you don't know Japanese, that's going to be kind of a hard thing to figure out, so gave it a different line that kind of... once again shows that Copen's kind of a cold jerk. But he's also like, huh, that's interesting. Maybe they're not so bad after all. I mean, I don't think he has anything. He only hates people with the superpowers, so. Anywho's, that's going to do it for this episode. I know it was a bit of a long start. Hopefully we won't have as many long ones, but I wanted to get all that out of the way before we start going on to the rest of the game. So, if you like this video, please consider hitting that like button below. If you want to see more content from me, please consider subscribing. Luminous Avenger X, Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger X, Shiro Ki Kotetsu, The Out of Gunvolt is a long title, so I'm probably just going to call it Luminous Avenger X, because that's probably the easiest way to say it. It's available on multiple platforms. I am playing it on Nintendo Switch, but if you have Switch, PC, I believe PS4 as well, pick it up. It's a fun game. It's not too hefty as far as the price tag goes, and it's a fun game. If you like Mega Man-like games, you're going to really enjoy this one, and we'll get into more as to why that is next episode. Most importantly, though, please have a wonderfully great day, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, ciao.